Hi everybody, welcome to our channel, Rebecca, Stu, and the crew. I'm Rebecca, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make these ornament signs. So the supplies you're going to need to recreate these are 2 of these large ornament signs from the Dollar Tree. You will also need 2 flower picks, and then you'll also need some scrapbook paper of your choice or some cardstock. You're also going to need some little words. I got mine from Dollar Tree and Target, and then some ribbon of your choice to coordinate with your scrapbook paper. You're also going to need something to tie your bow with and some little buttons for the center of the bow if you so choose. You'll also need some scissors. I used regular and decorative edge scissors for mine, and some hot glue, Mod Podge, and a sponge brush. You're also going to need a pencil and a ruler. So let's get crafty. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these little metal tabs from the top of the ornaments. So they have these little wire stems that are on the back that are curled up, and I just straightened those out and then pulled those through the front. It's actually pretty easy to do. I used a really small screwdriver to pull the tabs up a little bit and straighten it, and then I was able to pop those right out of the center. And I'm just going to hot glue these back on once I get my scrapbook paper on the front of those. So there's glitter on the front of this, and we're going to use Mod Podge, so we want to get that off. I'm going to use the edge of a metal ruler because that's what I have. You can also use the edge of a pair of scissors or sandpaper if you have it. So you want to make sure that you get all of that glitter off because it does kind of prohibit the Mod Podge from sticking to the particle board. And then you're going to use a sponge brush to remove that glitter and make sure you get all of that off. So now for the ornaments, I'm going to make 2 different ones. One's going to be the red and black buffalo plaid, and the other one's going to be the black and white buffalo plaid. And we're going to put a banner across the center of those. So for the red one, we're going to use this faux metal paper, and then for the black and white one here, we're going to use some black cardstock. So the first thing I did is I figured out how I wanted my checks to go. I do want them straight up and down, so I'm going to just flip this paper over and then put my ornament over in the corner so I can salvage some of the edges of that scrapbook paper because I like to have the scraps. I actually keep it to use for other things, and then I'm just going to trace around this with a pencil. And you do the same thing, of course, for the red and black one. So once that's done, you're going to cut both of those out. And now we're going to start attaching these with some Mod Podge. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put 1 layer of Mod Podge on the ornament, making sure we get the edges really well. We're going to put the paper on and then cover that with Mod Podge to seal it. So the first layer, you want to make sure, like I said, that you really get those edges. You want that paper to stick down. You don't want those edges lifting up. So once we have that well covered, we're just going to put our paper on, making sure to line up the edges carefully and then smooth it out to make sure we don't get any bubbles on there. And then, of course, seal the top like I said. Once that's all done, I was kind of impatient, so I did use a hairdryer to dry these a little faster because I had to pick kids up from school and I wanted to finish this video for y'all today. So once we have those covered, like I said, I just set those aside for a few minutes and then used the hairdryer to actually dry that Mod Podge a little bit so I could touch them without the paper tearing. Then I just attached these little tabs back up at the top with the hot glue gun. Once that's finished, we're going to put our little banners across the front. So for the black one, we're going to cut this 10.5 by 3 inches. And then once I have that cut out, I use my decorative edge scissors that I found at the Dollar Tree a few months back just to edge both sides of this paper to give it a little bit of a scalloped edge. Then I take the paper and I trace the sides with the pencil because of course the sides are curved, and then I just trim that with a pair of scissors. And we do this for both ornaments except for the red and black one. I actually cut that 10.5 by 4 inches because the words that I got at the Target playground that say Merry Christmas is actually a little bit bigger, so I had to cut that paper bigger so it would fit on there. So we're going to put some Mod Podge on the bottom of that, attach it to the front of the ornament, and then cover that with Mod Podge again, making sure we seal down those edges. And the same with the red one here. And of course you can see that that banner is a little bit larger. So we're just going to use some hot glue to attach the word believe and the Merry Christmas on the red one. Now using hot glue, we attached the little flower sprigs to the top, and then I was going to use a raffia bow, and I really wasn't feeling it, so I took that off, and I ended up using just black and red silk ribbon from Dollar Tree and put a little red button on the center of that one. And then for the black and white one, I just used black and white ribbon, also from the Dollar Tree. It's just a simple bow, and attached it with some hot glue, and I put a little black button in the center of that bow. And that took just a second to dry, and both of them were finished. I just love how these turned out. The black and white one cost about $3.50 to make, and the other one was about $4.50. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. If you could please subscribe, that would be awesome. And of course, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to share, comment, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Here are some other videos from our channel that you might also enjoy, and I hope you guys have a great week.